Good morning students. In this video, you will get study material of Science Class 6 Chapter 2, that is Components of Food. If you look at the previous video, we have discussed about nutrients, components of nutrients, that is carbohydrate, fats, protein and minerals and their importance. Now, in this video, I will explain you about vitamins, importance of vitamins, minor nutrients that are water and roughage, balanced diet, importance of cooking and deficiency disease. Now start with vitamins. What are vitamins? Vitamins are the chemical substance which help to maintain a healthy body. They are required by the body in small quantities. Now on the basis of their solubility, they are of two types, fat soluble and water soluble. As their name refers this, fat soluble means they are soluble in fats, not in water. And water soluble means vitamins that are soluble in water. So vitamin A, D, E, K are referred as fat soluble as they are soluble in fats. And vitamin B and C are water soluble as they are soluble in water. Vitamins are come under the protective food because they prevent diseases. Some vitamins help in keeping our eyes, teeth, gums and bones healthy. Now start with vitamin A. It helps to keep our eyes, hair and skin healthy. See the figure, it shows the sources of vitamin A, like carrots, yellow and green vegetables, butter, milk, etc. I will explain you disease little bit later, but now let us see the importance of vitamins. Next, vitamin B. It keeps the skin and mouth healthy. See the sources are given here, whole grains, cereals, egg and green leafy vegetables. Vitamin B helps body to use calcium. So if you are taking calcium but not vitamin B in your diet, so there is no use of it. So you have to take calcium and vitamin B both to keep your skin and mouth healthy. Next is vitamin C. It helps in proper growth, healthy teeth and gums and joints. See the sources. All the citrus fruits, tomato, cabbage and amla. It helps body to fight a disease called scurvy. Now next with vitamin D. Vitamin D is the only vitamin that's synthesized in the human body by the skin under the influence of sunlight. It helps in the normal growth of bones and teeth, and the sources are fish, cod liver oil, eggs, milk and butter. It helps to absorb calcium and keeps our bones healthy. Next vitamin is vitamin K. It helps in clotting of blood. Clotting means it helps to stop bleeding after a cut or injury. So if you have vitamin K in your diet, you will recover fast. See the sources of vitamin K: liver, spinach, cauliflower and tomato. Now, as I discussed earlier that there are two minor nutrients that we need in our diet, that is water and roughage. Let's see about water. All of you know that water acts as a solvent in the body. Solvent means it does not provide any kind of nutrients, but it helps to absorb all the nutrients from the food. So it acts as a solvent in the body for many of the substances. It helps in transportation of digestion, food and oxygen throughout the body, and it regulates our body temperature. It helps in excretion of soluble matter also. So we have to take sufficient amount of water every day. Next nutrient is roughage or dietary fiber. First, see about its function. It regulates the process of digestion and prevent constipation. Means it improves the digestion of food in the body and it helps in the removing of undigested waste material from the body. That means someone is suffering from constipation because they have the deficiency of dietary fibers in their diet. Now the sources of dietary fibers are green vegetable, whole fruits and cereals. Now our next topic is balanced diet. A diet which provide all the essential nutrients in the required amount is called balanced diet, or a diet which contain a good balance of all the nutrients, from where we get all the nutrients in equal amount. As you can see here, a cute simple chart that basically say that there are 4 layers. So according to the chart, eat more of cereals. So you have lots of protein in your diet. Then you have eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Fruit and vegetables should be an essential part of diet, no matter what age you are at. So even you are a kid, a teenager, or even you are a 25-year-old, you need a lots of fruits and vegetables. Then you have eat an appropriate amount of meat, fish, egg, milk and beans. So what you should eat in very less proportion is on the upper part. You should have less oil and salt in your diet. Basically a lot less junk food. So this is a very simple way to attain a balanced diet. Now, as per the figure shows, the percentage of composition are 60% carbohydrate, 25% proteins and 15% fats. Enough raw material needed for the growth and development and repair of the tissues of the body. And it should provide a quantum of energy required by the body to perform the daily activities. Now, why we cook food? What are the importance of cooking food? Why don't we eat it raw? So before eating, food should be cooked properly, because improper cooking may result in loss of some nutrients. For example, vitamin C get easily lost by heating during cooking. And repeated washing of rice result in loss of some minerals and vitamins. So if properly cooked food kills harmful microbes and prevent us from infection. One more thing is here that vegetable and fruit should not be washed after cutting, because the skin of the some fruits and vegetable contain vitamin and minerals, and if they are washed after cutting, some vitamin and minerals are lost. So what do we don't have a balanced diet, or what if you don't take all nutrients or time? The main consequence of it is deficiency disease. Deficiency disease is caused due to the lack of nutrients over a long period in a diet is called deficiency diseases. Means if some person is taking only one kind of nutrients in their daily diet, or in their diet there is a loss of one nutrient or lack of nutrients, so the disease cause. And the condition in which the body does not receive enough nutrient for proper function is called malnutrition. See, the deficiency caused by disease caused by the deficiency of carbohydrate. So as we know that carbohydrate provides us energy. So the lack of carbohydrate decrease body strength and body weight. It leads to inactivity and feeling of tiredness. A person having deficiency of carbohydrate must take food item rich in carbohydrates. Milk is the best treatment for that person. Or if someone is taking excessive intake of carbohydrate, that makes that person lazy and dull, and it may result in obesity. Obesity means put on a lot of weight, which is basically means you have a diet in which food of oil, eat carbohydrate and fats. Okay, so for this you have to maintain a balanced diet. Next, disease caused by the deficiency of fats. Due to the deficiency of fat, it causes rough skin and thinness of the body. As the fat gets stored beneath the skin, thus protecting us from heat and cold. And deficiency of fat causes rough skin and thinness of the body. So the children suffering from the deficiency of fat in their body should be provided with enough fat in their diet. Next is deficiency of protein. Protein helps us in our growth and development. So if there is a deficiency of protein, it slows down the growth and development. The two main disease caused by the deficiency of protein among the children. See, two figures I had given here. First is kwashiorkor. It is a disease among children due to the deficiency of protein. And the symptoms are swell stomach, thin lips, ugly patches on skin. This is given in the second figure. And second deficiency disease is marasmus. It is caused due to the deficiency of protein among infant and children under the 5 years of age. And the symptoms of it is thin body and prominent ribs. Prominent ribs means ribs are visible with the skins. Now, next is deficiency of vitamins. For explaining this, let's take an example to understand this deficiency of different types of deficiency of vitamins. First example, suppose a student sit on the last seat and on most day is not able to see the blackboard, and sometimes when he walk at night he is not able to see at all. Then so what do you think that child is suffering from? If he or she is not able to see the blackboard properly or not able to see in dim light, the child is basically suffering from deficiency of disease of loss of vision. Not a full but a little bit loss of vision, or we can say weak vision. So why does it actually happen? Which nutrient is missing from the child diet that cause the loss of vision? Well, he has the deficiency of vitamin A. Vitamin A deficiency caused by the disease caused by the deficiency of vitamin A is called night blindness, a disease in which a person cannot see in a dim light. Let's move on to the next example. A child always feels tired all the time. When he or she went to the doctor told that the child has weak muscles. So the deficiency of which caused this weakness? Yes, the child has the vitamin B1 deficiency called beriberi. It causes the weakness in the body. So one more example, a child gums having started to bleed and the cut he got on his finger last week has still not healed. So the child has the vitamin C deficiency and the disease is called scurvy, in which the symptoms are swelling of gums and weak teeth. Now moving to the next example. A child's bones are so soft that they bend easily. Most of your friends have bones that they can bend it easily. So the child had the vitamin D deficiency and the disease is called rickets. In rickets, a disease in which bones get outshaped and the weak bones with pains are the symptoms of rickets. Now next is deficiency of minerals. As I earlier explained that several minerals that we need in our diet is calcium, iron, iodine, sodium and phosphorus. So deficiency of calcium causes brittle bones. Brittle bones means easily they can fracture. Symptoms are irregular heartbeats. Iron, deficiency of iron causes anemia and appetite, and for this the person can lose their weight fastly. Next is iodine. Deficiency of iodine causes goiter. Symptoms: enlargement means oversize of the thyroid glands on front and side of the necks. Next is sodium. Deficiency Due to deficiency of sodium, it causes dehydration and blood pressure. Symptoms are weakness. And due to deficiency of phosphorus, it causes weak bones and symptoms are bad teeth and bones. So, thank you students. I hope this video will help you to understand the chapters in better way. Thank you.